What is going on, FA Nation? John Pemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook live show. We have 12 games here on a Monday. Grande, we did the previous show this morning. We highlighted the pretty expensive pitching that we have on this slate as we hit a lot of teams' number one starters. We also mentioned how this is the trade deadline week, and we already had a move here today. Not impacting a starter that was going to be on this slate, though. Chris Paddock moving from the Twins to the Tigers. But just kind of, again, highlights that as this week moves along, anybody is viable to be traded, apparently, and we got to be careful how we're handling our exposures with players specifically that we have seen rumored among the deadline day here.
Agreed.
Ownership for today. Anything surprising to you when it comes to who's the expected highest rostered pitcher is? You and I were expecting maybe Christopher Sanchez to be the number one with a bullet. That is not the case, at least as of now. He's number 4 in ownership for today. Does seeing Framber and DeGrom 1-2 surprise you at all here?
No, because it's not like those matchups are bad either. Framber is the most consistent pitcher on this slate. Been one of the most consistent pitchers in baseball over the past X amount of years. So it's not necessarily surprising to see his ownership where it is. And the Angels strike out a lot. So it's like the White Sox have been better against left-handed pitching. So it's not necessarily that much of a shock.
Do you have a preference, I guess, of the Framber DeGrom tier? I mean, obviously, we like Christopher Sanchez. I assume his lower ownership just makes him more appealing for you in tournaments. Does this higher ownership on the other two make you think about playing them more? Or what's your overall strategy, I guess, of the 10K tier? Strider, Mizorowski, DeGrom, Sanchez, and Valdez going from cheapest to most expensive.
Yeah, I mean, Mizorowski is going to obviously just be tough start to get to, so he's last. Strider has a massive ceiling, but, the Royals have not struck out a lot against right-handed pitching this year, so I think he's pretty comfortably behind the other three. I love Framber and cash and single entry stuff. Same thing with DeGrom, and I love Christopher Sanchez in tournaments. So, the top three, any iteration of the top three, I'd prioritize over Mizorowski and Strider.
Sure. Dylan Cease is actually your number 3 owned play, which again kind of leads us to matchups, I guess, because you and I were also higher on Yamamoto, who's a bit more expensive. Dylan Cease is a pitcher that has been rumored about trades. He is also a guy that has really been frustrating, right? He has 10 strikeouts over 5 1/3 shutout against Washington, goes into a matchup against Miami, doesn't look all that great. And that's kind of been the story of his season. Electric, and then not so much.
People are just playing Dylan Cease for strikeouts. That's the only thing you can justify at this point. He doesn't win games, doesn't really pitch deep into games, but he can have 10 strikeouts in 5 innings, and that's why you're playing him. There's really not another on a slate with 24 pitchers and no bad weather. I just don't you're just looking, if you're clicking Dylan Cease, you're just hopefully it's a good strikeout night for Dylan Cease, because that's the only way you're playing him. And I don't think pricing matters tonight, especially when I don't know if you've looked recently, but the highest rostered position players of the day is hilarious. It is a real treat. So I don't think pricing matters at all tonight. You could play any iteration of any two combination of pitchers and you'd be happy. So I don't buy the Dylan Cease is cheap 9,200 than Yamamoto. I don't buy that at all.
Okay. Anybody else in this range for you that you're looking to go to today?
Yeah, I'd play Yamamoto.
Sure. I mean, that's obviously the spot against the Cincinnati Reds that we've looked at. Another guy with high strikeout upside, which, Cease has high strikeout upside, but I mean, Yamamoto's out there punching out 7-8, a game as well. Matthew Boyd was another guy that we highlighted on the show, just someone that is getting, top 5 sort of Cy Young candidate. Now he's far down the list of Cy Young candidates, but coming in at just 6% here today. Any additional research maybe leaning you off, or what's the take here for Matthew Boyd against the Brewers?
No, nothing would really get me off. When you look at a lot of Milwaukee is sub 300 WOBA against left-handed pitching. You worry about Jackson Chourio. William Contreras has not been the same player this year. Andrew Vaughn, congrats to Andrew Vaughn for being like in a good lineup. Still 280 WOBA, 123 ISO against lefties this year. It's not like there's a reason why he was demoted and then traded away. So when the primary options you're worrying about on opposing offense are after Jackson Chourio, or it's Isaac Collins, Caleb Durbin, I mean, it's a pretty good matchup, whole scale.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. $8,700 for him, coming in at 6% ownership here today. Feels like a pretty great value. We commented on the preview show. Carson Whisenhunt was listed but wasn't in the player pool. He is now at $7,000. Home start against Pittsburgh. Mentioned as was he the top pitching prospect?
Yeah, he's their top pitching prospect. Yeah.
In the org, he pitches in the PCL, so some of the numbers don't look great. You highlighted a lot of strikeouts for him.
No, last year.
Last year,
no strikeout. Less than a strikeout per inning this year.
Okay, so a drop off in strikeouts this year. Big strikeout guy the year before. He's checking in at almost 9-10%. Are you buying into the prospect?
11, just for more context on that, 11.6 K per nine last year across single A and triple A. He did not pitch in double A. This year at triple A, he's made 18 starts, less than 8 K per nine, 7.9. So massive drop off, like over 4 strikeouts per 9 inning drop off, which obviously concern. Getting more ground balls this year. Less walks this year for Whisenhunt. It's fine. I mean, he's going to be popular. He's pitched as you mentioned, he's pitches in the PCL. Popular-ish for cheap guys. There's not a lot of cheap names you need to pitch tonight because I think a lot of people are using expensive names. I think if you're just banking on the Pirates continuously being bad, then you can play him.
I mean, I think that's kind of what we say continuously being bad, and yet some of their players are starting to heat up a little bit.
Yes, but long scale versus short term, like long term versus short term is basically what you're playing this hunt for.
Any other pitchers for you here?
Chase Burns has a ceiling. Cam Schlittler has a ceiling. There's literally no value that I care to play either. It's a waste. Yeah, it's a wasteland.
And obviously, ownership. It's a massive slate. From an ownership perspective, like nobody's up over 10%.
You do not need to play anybody.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've clicked. I don't know if you've clicked position players yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I have.
But there are
a lot of value.
Yeah. So I just also PoDegen. Thank you. Look at this.
We got a membership? We got a little
got a donut. I think you got a donut.
Love the donut. Listen, we don't ever promote it. We don't ever talk about it.
Ever.
Literally ever.
Never. No one ever never feel the need to ever do that ever.
No, but we do have the subscriptions for our YouTube channel open. And if you wanted to join and don't know, you guys can. I promise you don't have to.
No, we do these shows regardless. If you guys have followed us, we've done them. You can go back in the archives. It didn't look like this when we first started.
Did not. We were talking to about 5 people. So we appreciate you all who tune in each and every day. You absolutely do not have to. But we certainly appreciate it, man.
For the red. Also the $2 for what? So like $1 for the Red Bull, I assume. And then $1 for the weed.
Yeah, probably.
right?
Maybe
Split
you're
it
going to
up.
Costco and everything's all bundled together, and you get a good
There's
deal.
a weed and Red Bull bundle at
Never
Costco.
know.
Hey, Costco has basically everything. So like it wouldn't surprise me if there was a
It wouldn't
bundle.
shock me if there's like a cannabis infused Red Bull out there. Like they make those drinks.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So again, anyways, man, we definitely appreciate the super chat. And again, if you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, we have that option available to all of you. We never promote it. We never ask for it. But we definitely appreciate it. Yeah. Anthony, congrats to Nick Kurtz on the 76-point night. Yeah. Putting up NBA numbers there for a little bit.
He was
the 6-for-6 4-homer day.
6 runs. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Catcher then. Your boy Ivan Herrera getting the outfield start today.
Buddy.
Hamstrings not good enough to catch, but good enough to play the outfield.
Doesn't make sense.
Sean Murphy's your highest roster play. Cal Raleigh obviously getting some ownership love because, hey, Cal Raleigh in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Good chance that he puts up some big numbers today. And then JT Realmuto, who we've talked about starting to come around. Those are your 3 guys from ownership. Murphy and Realmuto in the 3K range, Raleigh up to 6,300.
Yeah, love Cal. No one's slowing him down. Just keeps homering. Definitely can go there. Kind of surprised we're not getting more Bangaliers here, John. Like I'm surprised that Shea Langoliers hasn't kind of given more ownership here. You look at, I understand Luis Castillo is like a fine pitcher and like a more than serviceable pitcher, but Langoliers homers in 3 straight. We've had 5 home runs out of Langoliers since the All-Star break. And now you're putting him back home in a ballpark where that's very conducive to power. So I would put Langoliers basically on par with any other catcher on the slate per dollar, $4,300. We say this all the time, but the A's are always under-owned at their own ballpark.
They are. Yeah.
Always. Murphy at 3,900 does look good. We just had the question from Travis. It's like, are we stacking Atlanta? And like, you and I had talked about it, and it's basically exactly what we thought, where Texas and Atlanta would be pulling in like all the ownership tonight, and then you're sprinkling in that game. And I it's hard to not like Atlanta, and it's like Murphy's been so good against lefties this year. He's been so good from a power standpoint. And he gets a 45-year-old pitcher that probably shouldn't be pitching in major leagues, but he also had 1 earned run in his debut. So
I bet the -1.5 line on the Braves today. It's -110. I'm like, you know what? Strider's on the mound. Royals offense is Rich Hill's out there. Like,
Yeah. Sean Murphy has a 300 ISO this year against lefties. If you want to play Sean Murphy, you'd probably be happy more often than not with the 379, I should say. ISO.
That's a big number.
It's a big number. So yeah, if you want to play Murphy, by all means, it's a very fine play.
And then calling out Augustin Ramirez, dude, he's down to $3,500. I get it. I guess I don't get it. There was a little stretch where he had cooled off, and I don't really consider this cooling off here. Double-digit fantasy points in 3 of the last 5. It's down to $3,500 for him.
Yeah, and Payante has been pretty reverse splitsy as well. And you get Ramirez with a 215 ISO against righties. Miami is good. Miami is good. They're a top 5 offense in baseball against right-handed pitching, like in July. So you could play him for sure.
Xavier Edwards hitting the ball really well. Kyle Stowers, obviously.
Yeah, Stowers is a machine.
Travis saying a little Miami 3, man. If you're making, listen, we say this all the time, and you've kind of took this route to MLB this year. You almost have to play multi lineups because they're just, again, you and I are hardcore single entry players. Maybe we venture into the 3-entry max here and there, but baseball this year, there's just so many variables. I was talking to one of our Fantasy Slam subscribers today in the DMs, and you're just talking about how baseball is one of the more difficult sports. I said it might be the most difficult DFS sport because Hall of Fame players are getting out 2 out of every 3 times. So, and to mention, we do all the research. We sit here and we do as much as we can. And then Shota Imanaga goes out there in last 2 innings against White Sox. And
Yep.
50% of the field watched Shane Baz get knocked out after 2, So it's like, you can do what you can. Baseball is definitely one of the toughest DFS sports to be consistently productive at. So if you can expand your exposure, which, playing like the $4.20 max, which, Grande nearly won a couple of times this year, as allows you to, at least give yourself a better chance where you can run this Miami 3-man tonight and still get your exposure and maybe it hits. So I'm good with that. Any other value at the catcher spot?
Mitch Garver, 160 ISO against lefties. It's tricky on DraftKings because that means you're not playing Cal. But obviously Garver is cheaper if you needed the cheaper option. Dalton Rushing, I think, looks okay. He's in the lineup tonight. I've kind of talked to you about it, but I didn't. The context here matters. Chase Burns against lefties this year, John, does have a 33% strikeout rate, which I don't think is surprising because Chase Burns strikes everybody out. He has also allowed a 255 ISO and a 410 WOBA to left-handed bats. So Dalton Rushing in the lineup. I know he hasn't been great.
They're also potentially shopping him, right? So they're just
they should. I mean, they should. I mean, this is what they did last year, right? They went out and got Flaherty. They got Tommy Edman, and to one of those players was literally the World Series MVP. So,
and then Miguel Vargas was being like, no,
right. Yeah. I mean, and Kopech, right. And Kopech. Yeah. All 3 of those players were literally, the Dodgers do this every year where they go and they're like, oh, I have this super highly coveted prospect. Look, I'm going to trade them and I'm going to acquire something super valuable that's going to help me win. I mean, get Rushing in the lineup, have him hit baseballs, have a team panic, and trade some player away for Dalton Rushing. So 2,600, solid punt catcher.
Yep. All right, first base position here today. Again, we highlighted sort of where the money exposure was going. Ohtani, someone that always gets ownership. He's dual position. You mentioned all the lefty numbers. Play him if you want first, or the outfield. Then it goes Josh Smith for Texas, Cody Clemens for Minnesota. There's 2 guys getting some ownership play here today. Bryce Harper rounds out the top 4. So Harper and Ohtani are your spend ups. Josh Smith, Cody Clemens are your value plays. Both of those 2 guys also have dual positional eligibility to kind of help their overall rostership numbers. We're trying to figure out if Kurtz is going to be in the lineup or not, right? Because we like getting some exposure there. How are you feeling about first here tonight?
Yeah, first has a pretty good balance. No surprise really seeing Josh Smith dominate ownership. I mean, he does have multi-position eligibility and is going up against a guy who just for the life of him can't get lefties out. So we should see Josh Smith leading off, has a 175 ISO against righties, 365 WOBA, going up against a guy, again, 205 ISO allowed, 383 WOBA, and is being recalled from the minor leagues. That is, everything you'd want for a multi-position player. So I like him. Not surprised to see Ohtani. Would love Kurtz in that spot, especially if no one's just going to play athletics. So if no one's going to play the athletics, I'll be brave and I'll do it.
I volunteer.
I'll volunteer. I like Harper. Davis Martin has been pretty bad against both splits. 190 ISO to lefties, 183 to righties. Both expected ISOs, like basically at 200. So it's a good spot for everybody involved, Harper included. And then the other guy you mentioned was Christian Walker's getting a bunch of ownership. Cody Clemens. I mean, Richard Fitz has, specifically been bad against righties. So I do find it a little interesting that Clemens is getting all this ownership. Not that I think Clemens is a bad play because he dominates right-handed pitching. He has a ton of, 340. You do not, in 168 plate appearances, it's not an accident if your ISO is over 300, right? It's almost 200 plate appearances and you have a 300 ISO. Like that's just what it is. Like you are a powerful dude, and specifically against this pitcher or this split. But it is interesting because Fitz struggles more with righties, and there's no Buxton tonight, so we'll see how he handles that. But Clemens is definitely an option for a home run. I think that's why Christian Walker is getting ownership too. He's cheap and can hit home runs. And then I think there's like a bunch of guys in the mid tier, or no, I shouldn't say a bunch. Some guys in the mid tier. I would play Josh Naylor. It's lefty, but this ballpark really just is so good offensively. And I don't know
how long is Steers going to be in this game for.
Yeah, and we know how bad outside of Mason Miller that bullpen can be. Josh Naylor, I don't know if you saw this, first career multi-steal game last night. He has played for multiple franchises, and he has not had a multiple steal game. You can check that one off the old bucket list.
I mean, he was on my fantasy team earlier this year, and we were laughing about the fact that he was stealing bases. We're like, what? Like, if you see this guy, he does not look like a stolen base guy. He is, but he's got the speed going. So, all right. So we got that. Freeman. Anthony says Freeman. I think you highlighted Freeman already, but just kind of.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. But lefties against Burns.
Yeah. Again, they're all very cheap. So I know that he hasn't. It's funny to say, like, Freeman hasn't really been having a great season, but he's hitting 300 with an 830 OPS. It's like, all things considered, what we expect out of the Dodgers lineup and what we've gotten out of some of these Dodgers players,
I feel like he was like an MVP candidate for like the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
And then he just has sucked. But yeah, I mean, he's a super great baseball player. Who's like a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Second base position. Again, there are some plays here with dual positional eligibility that's boosting their ownership. So we talked about Cody Clemens already. Marcus Semien at $4,400 is your number 2 play. Ozzie Albies at 38 is your number 3. Again, Braves. Albies against Rich Hill. We've highlighted that, for as long as Albies has been in the league, Albies versus lefties was like an automatic first thing we talked about at this position. But this year he's just been bad. So, I understand you're probably taking some risks here. But at 11%, that's where the field is going. Clemens, Semien, Albies, no one's spending up for Jazz. Xavier Edwards, as we highlighted, again, really on a good spot here against Palante. Willie Castro at 43. Like, what else are you? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the strong urge to play Jazz either. I mean, he could have hit a home run, but he's not stealing. So it's just the ceiling is capped. You need Jazz to have 3 hits and a home run at 5,500 to really pay it off. Semien, I mean, this is the split we prefer him in. It's not the split we prefer against Kahanowitz. He has a lefty problem, but 340 WOBA allowed to righties is not bad. He doesn't strike anyone out. So I'm good with Semien. Another Castro, like, this is the wrong split for Willie Castro as well. But he's hitting second. You can go there if you want. Brendan Donovan looks good because he is good. I don't like if Polanco's in the lineup. I don't think he will be, but if he's in the lineup, obviously you could play him. Albies. The Braves are just the most uncomfortable chalk team of the year. It just is what it is. It's just an uncomfortable roster because this is not the Braves offense that we're playing. Continuously playing the Braves, thinking that this is 2023 Braves before the Acuna injury, right? It's just is like Albies has been one of the worst players in baseball. I know he had like that stretch where he was good, but he did it from the left side. He wasn't even hitting from the right side. So if you want to play him, you can, but he's really chalky. So if you don't want to play a really chalky player, then don't. Especially when that player has not hit a baseball all year for like outside of like a week. Clemens is fine, as we talked about. I don't have like a really anything else to really talk about. I don't think this is a position we need to spend much more time. Ha-Seong Kim's in the lineup tonight if you want to keep piling on the lefties against Chase Burns. Also, like, you look at the peripheral numbers for Chase Burns, everything's elite. Like XFIP, Sierra, it's so good. He just had that start against Boston that just completely ruined all of his numbers.
Third base. Junior Caminero, $5,200. Hitting cleanup versus righty in Yankee Stadium. A lot of things to like there. Austin Riley is your ownership play today, as we expected, at $4,200. Only he and Josh Smith are over 10%. Both of them hovering around 20% here tonight. So what's your take on this top tier of third base?
Top tier third base, I think Bregman looks great. I think Bregman is super live for a home run. That'd be the first place I'd go. Riley looks really good, obviously, but he's also just been so underwhelming this year. It's just been super mediocrity. I mean, he had bases loaded 3-0 count yesterday and struck out. Just like the epitome of the Austin Riley season. So I think Bregman is my priority. I'm okay with getting to Riley. Obviously, Josh Smith looks great here as well. Yeah. You can play Royce Lewis. I think this is a very good Royce Lewis home run spot because Dick Fitz has been terrible against righties. 253 ISO, 275 expected ISO for right-handed bats this year. Royce Lewis, 149 ISO, but 194 expected ISO. And, for a guy who strikes out or has struck, only a 13% strikeout rate against righties. So I kind of like Royce Lewis to homer or just have a big crooked number tonight, 3,500 hitting fifth against Fitz. Really like that as like a pivot off of Smith, or if you're playing Smith at first, playing Lewis at third. We're probably not playing Matt Shaw, but just hard not to if he gets on, he's stealing.
Just comment on his recent play right now.
Because if he gets on, he's stealing and he's homering. There was a video today I saw. He has opened up his stance. He was closed off before the break, and now he's opened it, and now he's hitting home runs. So just a little subtle change in stance, and now he's homering. You could play Ronnie Mauricio if he's in the lineup. I don't know if you saw the home run that he hit last night, but it went into the bay. It was really far.
Talented player.
Really, really powerful human being. Monster of a guy. And lefties are what give Dylan Cease all the fits. So I like Ronnie Mauricio 28 quite a bit. There's the ever so I've seen a couple comments in the chat about Miguel Vargas. So you can always play like White Sox and just be super contrarian. Like if you wanted to play Colson
just
Montgomery,
hope that they keep going,
and just because they've been good against lefties for whatever you feel about the White Sox, they have done damage against lefties. So
yeah, I'm with you there. Shortstop. Again, big slate. All the big names are on the board here. From an ownership perspective, Corey Seager is the only one in double figures, and he's at 22%. Nobody's over 10% ownership.
Yeah. He's very good. It's a very good spot. It's very, very good. I think if I was asked which chalk team I prefer, I would say the Rangers over the Braves. And I think I would say that pretty comfortably. I think I'd go. I feel more comfortable playing the Rangers than the Braves, but
okay. What's the thought there?
The Braves just aren't a good offense, and the Rangers have been better. Since they've moved Smith to lead off against righties, since Corey Seager has been back and healthy. This is the better split side for Semien. This is the better split side for Adolis. They get Jock back in the middle of their lineup. They can obviously, Evan Carter is lefty. Wyatt Langford has been better again. Are
you surprised that people are going to play Jock Peterson today, given he really, you want to talk corpses.
He has literally was a corpse. Yeah. No, because no matter what, and I don't know what he has on Bruce Bochy.
He just hits fourth.
He will hit in the dead center of their lineup. He hit fifth yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Went 0 for 4. Why? I don't think Texas has given us the lineup yet, unless it just came out.
Nah, it's not out yet. Yeah. I mean, I know why he's getting ownership. It's because he's a min price $2,000 player.
And that gets you. I think it doesn't matter because if you play a min salary jock, that gets you two of the top pitchers, right? And that's
I was gonna say it gets you Kyle Raleigh, right? Like you
or Cal. Like you can get basically anywhere you want on the board if you're playing 2K Jock Peterson in the middle, and then he homers and you're dead in the water if you don't have, right?
Yeah.
He's a 2K5 hitter.
Yeah.
You just don't against a guy who can't get lefties out. The one thing is Jock strikes out a lot.
Yeah.
Conowitz has a 15% strikeout rate this year.
Listen, I'm not arguing it. I was actually super high on Jock Peterson coming into this year, and obviously that has not at all been close to ever being true. No. He's hitting 127 on the season, so maybe tonight's the night he hits his third home run. So
I'm just saying, like I'm not gonna sit here and say like he's the best player, but he doesn't have to be because
he doesn't have to at 2K. He's literally if he takes a 0, he hit value. So.
That's like you're shifting your thought where if you play Cal Raleigh, well now your catcher punt day is now just your outfield, right? Well, you're just punting one of your outfield spots with Jock.
Yeah.
Because so it doesn't ultimately matter. You're still getting a punt in there somewhere. But yeah, I think the Rangers would be my preferred target of the stacks. But I mean, like just circling back to like and I think Seager is per dollar probably my favorite shortstop of the day. I like Lindor because I like lefties against Cease. I like Trey Turner. Trey Turner had a monster series against the Yankees, and Davis Martin isn't a very good pitcher, but I think Seager I prefer over all of them.
Okay. Outfield.
Well, hold on. Okay. We didn't talk any value shortstops.
All right.
Jacob Wilson, if he plays, I'm okay with. He's obviously hit the skids. I like Trevor Story. He's good against righties specifically. I think Boston looks really good. Timmy Woods Richardson, big righty problem. And he's going to face a couple good righties right at the top of the lineup in Bregman and Story. I like Otto Lopez, but I'm very partial to Otto Lopez. 95th percentile player in batting average is hitting 250 this year. That's sad. Should be hitting I think his expected batting average is 300. Mydroth has been better lately. I know it's targeting Christopher Sanchez, but again, just playing White Sox has been profitable.
I mean, dude, would it shock you if they go up? Maybe that's why people aren't playing Christopher Sanchez today. They're like, dude, White Sox are just killing me right now.
They're just, and then Correa hitting third in a spot where righties are the better play. You get Correa hitting third, you get Royce hitting fifth, little 2-man stack, really, really cheap. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Now we go to outfield, where there's a lot of players on 12 game slate to figure out where you want to go. I mentioned Jock Peterson is your highest rostered outfielder today.
Amazing. It's amazing because everyone's just thinking the same thing. Just like
Taylor Trammell is number 3, by the way. And they're wedged in between Shohei Ohtani. So we have a 2K and a $2,200 player. Taylor Trammell is leading off.
Yep. And he did this the other day. He went 3 for 4 with a stolen base.
Right. I would rather play the $2,200 Taylor Trammell than the $2,000 Jock Peterson. Because I've seen Taylor Trammell actually hit a baseball this year. I'm not convinced that Jock Peterson has actually put up the numbers that he's put up. So,
it's all an optical illusion.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Jacob Melton's also 2K. He's sitting 5th for Houston. So you get really cheap and dirty with Houston if you want.
I don't hate the Trammell one with Brad Lord starting. Because Brad Lord has struggled 1 as a starter and 2 against lefties. At least his expected stuff is pretty bad against lefties. 184 expected ISO, 360 expected WOBA. So you have that Trammell 208 ISO against right-handed pitching. So I actually don't hate that call. I would say it just probably depends on your roster construction. Like if you're stacking Rangers and you want a 5th player, you're probably playing Jock over Trammell. Sure. But I think if there's something more balanced, you're playing Trammell for $200 more. That's in a better lineup position. I don't necessarily
He's just been
disagree.
a slightly better player this year, right? So it's like
No, it's not slightly. You can listen.
tremendously better player.
You speak what you want to speak, John. You didn't want to say slightly. You didn't mean that. Just say that Taylor Trammell has been significantly better than Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson sucks. All right, I'm just gonna say it. There's not
Thank
a
you.
chance. There's not a chance that he homers tonight.
I'm
He's
just
the
saying you called him a
absolute worst
corpse.
player on the slate.
Okay.
And I wouldn't touch him. 20% of the field can go ahead and play Jock Peterson and take their 0, and we'll play Taylor Trammell instead. I said what needed to be said.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm happy that you feel good. Now, everyone that has followed the show, please get Jock Peterson in your lineup immediately.
First 5 home run game.
First 5 home run game ever. It's 5. Nick Kurtz, hold my beer.
First 5 home run game ever. Jock Peterson.
Look, there is a reason. Okay, let's lay it out like this. There is a reason that the outfield ownership as is followed, right? 2K Jock Peterson, $6,600 Shohei Ohtani, $2,200 Taylor Trammell. Everyone's just playing all 3 of them.
Yep.
They're not worrying about who's better. They're just clicking both, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, if you decide to not play one of those 2 salary outfielders and like go against the grain where you decide, because those 2 players allow you to get 2 10K out pitchers.
Sure.
And those 2 10K pitchers give you 60, and you play like Matthew Boyd, or not Matthew Boyd, another 8K pitcher, and he goes for like 16 fantasy points, and you get, and Jock has like 12, and Trammell has like 12, you're cooked, right? Like, you're done.
Yeah.
But so this is the.
I wouldn't roster Jock Peterson on the FanDuel Chris Davis pricing.
No, that was the DraftKings Chris Davis, wasn't it? $600.
No, FanDuel gave him, it was like $300.
Are you sure? Wasn't it $600 on DraftKings?
It might have been both. One of them just started reducing his price tag until he got a hit.
He was $600 on one of those.
Or was it? No, you're right. No, FanDuel once mispriced Kike Hernandez, if you remember, and Kike actually tweeted about it.
I do not remember that, but that's amazing.
Yeah. Way back in the day.
The Chris Davis, the Baltimore Oriole Chris Davis, not the Athletics Chris Davis, was hitting 100, and they had him priced at $600.
Yeah.
I was playing him at $600. Why wouldn't you? Other than the fact that he stunk, but he's $600.
I still think he went over, but
yeah, well, he didn't. How many hits did he even have that year?
I don't even know. Anyways, after you get past Trammell, it's Adolis, it's Randy Arozarena, and Julio Rodriguez, 2 guys we built our example lineup around.
The Bash Bros.
Because again, nobody's really playing that game. No one's playing Sacramento. So
this is another one. I just don't understand why. Why does nobody want to play this game? It's 90 degrees. It's going to be 90 at first pitch.
The highest implied total run total on the board.
It's going to be 90 again at first pitch. I understand that, like, there's one pitcher that in this game that people think is good. Nobody thinks JP Sears is good.
And the losing team in this game has like the 4th highest projected run total. The losing team.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have my feelings don't change on this game, like this environment ever. Like, since the first weekend of the year where it was like 8.5, and I was like, John, guess what the over under is again? It's like 8.5. You're like, yep, 8.5. Still,
Alex Cora announcing that Roman Anthony will be the team's leadoff hitter moving forward. So
Jarren Duran will be
get ready to learn a New Jersey number there, Jarren Duran. You're about to gonna be traded here soon.
Anthony, Brad Lord.
I just looked up his Savant page.
Brad Lord.
Yeah, 56% four-seamer.
Yeah,
95 miles an hour.
A lot of fastballs.
A lot of fastballs.
95 mile an hour fastball. He has thrown to lefties, John.
Yeah.
Brad Lord has thrown 343 fastballs. He has not thrown another pitch more than 120 times. He is literally just throwing a fastball to lefties. That's it.
He's throwing a 93 to 97 mile an hour fastball 60% of the time.
Yeah, he's just throwing fastball and hoping it works out for the best.
I bet JP Sears' mom thinks he's a good pitcher. He might. Listen, last year we thought JP Sears was a good pitcher.
I apologize to JP Sears and his family. I'm sure they honestly, I don't even like calling. I need to be better about it. I hate calling like professionals bad because like we're literally just on a computer screen talking about them.
I mean, there are some pretty horrendously non-talented major league level players in the league.
This is like the Brian Scalabrine thing, though.
Sure, but we're evaluating them compared to their peers.
Compared to their peers, yeah,
they suck. Okay.
If I had like a
if
sounder,
this was the Brian Scalabrine challenge and I saw him out in the court,
you're not playing.
I'd be like, oh man, that guy's really good at basketball comparatively to the people that he's playing against.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jock Peterson can go to any high school game and hit some home runs today.
He would hit a lot.
You know what? I'd say that guy's got talent. You know, not today.
You know his talent. Tonight. You know his talent. Kyle Stowers has talent.
He's good. 5K. The
5K.
guy above him is also apparently really good now. Again, he's just realized that he can play baseball.
Yep. He'll steal some bags if he gets on. He'll hit some.
He'll hit 540-foot homers.
Yeah, Brent Rooker, good at baseball. You play him. Mike Trout, you're not going to play him, but he hit a ball really far yesterday. I just wanted to point it out. Is he playing
outfield yet? They said they're going to work him into the outfield eventually.
I don't think so. We got the lineup, I think, but I don't think he's playing it.
Butler, Soderstrom, both good. Do we play Castellanos with the report coming out today that he was the one that separated Bryce Harper from Rod Manfred? You get that?
True.
Did you see that thing today?
I did. It was awesome. And also, I wonder if because the people are trying to especially reporters are trying to kiss Manfred's ass and stuff. I wonder if they thought that would paint Bryce in a bad light, but also every fan's wow, that's awesome. Nobody likes Manfred anyway.
Yeah. Right. And then Harper got in his face and Nick Castellanos had to save the day. So
yeah, Nick Castellanos is not the guy I would picture saving the day. I picture Nick Castellanos as the guy cheering on a fight.
Yeah, something like that.
Getting involved when it starts getting crazy, you know?
Yep. So you got Castellanos. I mean, I would still play Durant hitting third. He's actually been pretty good lately. Carter at $4,400. It's fine.
That's such an interesting lineup decision to hit Durant third, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really understand it either, but Anthony, they want their good hitters in the top of the lineup. I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
Whatever. Where do we go?
Where else do we go? Big G at 41. Okay. I like quite a bit.
There's no way he survives an outfield stint when Judge gets back, right?
He was a video of him today in the outfield.
He moves as if he's in cement that's in quicksand.
Do you know that he has been told to do that?
To intentionally not run?
Yeah, What's
going to happen in the outfield? Do you just start trying to hit the ball to him?
Probably. They have told him in the past few years to stop running hard to avoid injury. That's how bad and frail. I know. He's going to break down.
And now that man's going to play the outfield.
We will see. I think they are seeing what can happen, if it's even possible, because he has two bad elbows. It's not like he's healthy.
I was gonna say, guy missed half the year.
Nick Kurtz in the lineup tonight.
Hey,
hitting second.
All right, back to playing Jock Peterson so we can get Nick Kurtz in the lineup.
Back to playing Jock. We're so back, Jack. We're back. All right. That's hilarious. Yeah, Dolan 4K is great.
Profar leading off. Roman Anthony leading off. Larnick, Jesus Sanchez.
Ozuna is playing for no reason at all.
No reason at all. You mentioned Otto Kemp in the preview show.
Massive home runs yesterday. Austin Slater, just have to give him the shout out because he's worth it. He's just worth it against lefties.
Conforto's the lefty versus Burns at 3K.
Yeah, and then you get none of this matters. It's all kind of garbage because you get 3 guys that are $2,200 or less. Trammell leading off, Melton hitting 5th.
Poor MJ Melendez. There was a time and a day and a place.
Yeah, when he was a catcher, and then they moved him to the outfield, and he didn't know what he was doing anymore. And then Jacob Melton, there's 3 guys going to hit 5th or better that are $2,200 in the outfield. I mean, it's just right. You just kind of Dylan. No, Warren, he will never get another hit. Literally in the rest of his life, I don't think he will ever get a hit. He is good against lefties, or was previously in a past life.
All right, what's the next move here?
Jock Jams Volume 7. You literally just said you were back in on him. You just did anything.
Now what? Now what?
Double spend a pitcher. My one problem with double spending in the outfield just means that we're not playing a lot of that game, which I hate. You know,
we run out of money quick if we do this.
No, you just play Jock Peterson.
You want to play all 3 of them?
I mean, that's lit. Look at this outfield. Look at this. You seen stars and scrubs before, John? Here is your stars and scrubs lineup, buddy.
We're just wasting.
It's not possible.
We're wasting everybody's time.
We're wasting time. We're wasting time.
You really want to do double spend? You want to go to 210Ks? Play Boyd.
You play Boyd. That's fine.
I mean, it still gives us only $3,300 here with Seager and things. So we're kind of pick one, Raleigh or Kurtz.
Cal.
38.50.
Josh Smith at first.
Smith.
And then you could just leave it there. That's plenty of
4K, second base, third base, outfield. We'll finish the lineup for you, but you got to be in our Discord, so make sure you get in there, fantasyalarm.com/win. Start your 7-day free trial today. Take advantage of that. We also have our Discord link is in the description, so you can join that as well. We'll put the lineup in there. We appreciate you all tuning in each and every day. We'll be back tonight with the preview show and the live show again tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you later.